Got a isometric drawing to do today. Check that out right there. And it's nice to do the dimensioning beforehand, so we got all the sizes we need right here. We don't need to bounce back and forth. We're on the dimension layer. I'm going to jump over to my normal layer, and we're going to start a line. But we need to get some settings down here in the bottom right. We got our isometric drafting is off. I'm going to click the arrow next to it and go isoplane top. And I can't see right now the grid. I'm going to turn on the grid, and it didn't switch over. I switched it, but I didn't turn it on. So now we're isoplane top. So drawing a line, L space. I should get this going right here so you can see all that. L space, and I'm going to start a line. I'm just going to move it after the fact. And we're just going to start taking off on one of these, and it is 36 feet. Okay, and I shouldn't have done that, but we'll come back and fix from the other side. I'm going to go straight down 12 at a 270. And then we'll come back, 36, back up to the top. And then I'm coming over here. We're going 41, I believe. Yeah, 41. And then going 12 out of 270. Okay. And then I can start one right here. And I'm looking at this. How far back? 15. Okay. And I'm just going to go straight across on that. And the radius is 7, so the diameter is 14. And I'll bring it back down to 15. Before I get too far ahead, I'm going to change this over to my guide layer. Yeah, I know. It said it was hidden. It was on a hidden layer, and I know. 12 at 270, and coming back up 41. We're going 12 at 90, coming back to the beginning, and we'll head up this way. So this is why I messed up, because I need that edge right there. So 26 minus 10, or sorry, 36 minus 10, 26. And then I can just bring it down. It's not going to attach to anything properly, and it's not perpendicular, so I'm going to drag it past and trim it. Bam. Now it's correct. All right. So we got most of it. I could copy this guy here. So we have a good start. Okay. Now we need to do something tricky, and it's called ellipse and isocircles. So we know the size of that top circle right there is 12. And to build it, we need to find the center point. So it's in 12 and 12. So I'm going to draw a line using my guidelines, because I'm going to turn them off later. And I'm going to go from here. I'm going to go in 12 and then over 12. Right? And I was in the wrong layer. So it's right there. And we're going to be in our guide layer for that one. Okay, so I just drew a line on top of it, because this one doesn't matter, because I'm going to delete it later, or I'll just turn it off. But I went up 12, over 12, and now I have the center point for that circle, right? It's the same thing, just at an angle. I got that center point. And just take a look, our diameter here is going to be 10, is the outside one. And we might, I don't think we'll see the 7.2, but we'll see. So to do this, you don't draw circles, you draw an ellipse. So ellipse, EL, right? Ellipse. And then I'm going to click right there. Oh, before I do that, see at the bottom, I needed to go to isocircle. So I need to push I for an isocircle, and it says where's the center point of it, and where is the size of it, and it was 10, right? And I actually radius, so 5. Okay. So I looked down at the bottom, and it was asking me what was the radius, or I could have changed the diameter and typed 10, but that's why I went with that one. So at this point, I will see part of this right here. You'll see it right here. So we got to go down that 5 to be able to get to it. So I'm going to draw a line from right here, and we're going how far down? 5 at a 270 straight down, and that is a guideline. So I'm going to switch its layer. And what I can do is copy, CO to copy, and I'm going to copy from that center point to this center point, or this inline. Okay, and then I can use these lines to trim, and voila, we got it. Let's go ahead and turn off the guideline and see what that looks like. Hey, not too bad. So I can jump over here on the other side. I'm going to go line. We're going to go up 12 and then down 12. And change both of those to guidelines. And then, rather than draw that again, I'm just going to go ahead and select these lines right here. I'm going to copy from the center point to that center point because they're the same. Beautiful. Now I have the center point for this circle, and we'll type in ellipse again, and we're doing an isocircle, so I'm pushing I, enter, start from the center point, and I don't have to know the rest of it, so I can just go to the inline there. And then I can trim, and then I can copy, CO for copy, from the edge, we have this edge, and we'll go to right there, trim this up, and we've got that part of it done. Now, other information we need, so I guess we can look over here, is we need this circle and this arc, which is a circle as well. They both have the same center point. They are 15 up from the center point. So all I have to do is draw a line from the midpoint, and we're going to go 15 at a 90. So I'm going to take that line, and I'm going to make it a guideline. Then here's the trick. So we were drawing those circles on top of the isoplane, and now we need to draw on the side of the isoplane. So we have some other options down here. So I can turn it off, so we're back to a regular grid. I'm going to leave it on, and we're going to go to isoplane left, right? So now the grid changed, and it's like I'm drawing on the side of this thing. So now my ellipse will work correctly again. So I push ellipse, and we want I for isocircle. And if I draw right here, and I didn't check my radius, I've got a 12 and a 17. So that's a radius of 6, and that's a radius of 17. So I'm going to go 6 for the radius on this one. And then we'll do the same thing, ellipse, EL, space, I, enter, and start from the center, and then we will go 17 on this one. Okay, beautiful. Now I can draw the line. So I drew that one right on this edge. So let's go line from this point, and I know that this one's tangent. My O snap was on, and so it worked automatically. Okay, and then I can do the same thing from this side. So look, it tried to grab an end point there, or a quadrant point. We don't want that. We want the tangent. Okay, so make sure the right, correct icon is showing up there. I'm going to go and trim that, this, and that, and we've got it. Now simply copy those 3 parts, and from this endpoint to that endpoint. Now we can draw a line between the edges, and voila. Beautiful, beautiful. I doubt we're just going to double check. So this thing is 10 deep, so I'm going to go, I could turn this isoplane off, or I could go, because my isoplane's on the wrong one right now. So I'm just going to go 10 at a 30-degree angle. Okay? And then if I copy this circle from that center point to that center point, I'm not going to see it at all, so I'm just deleting all those lines. I was just double checking it wasn't going to show. Beautiful. I'm going to move this over back in closer to my drawing. I know that it's going to overlap some of these guidelines, but I'm going to turn those off anyways. And we look pretty smart on that one. That looks good. Yeah, you did it. You drew a isometric drawing that included circles and holes. Outstanding. Good luck.